Hey guys, Michael Caleb, author of A Very Broken System. Feeling sick. Now, thinking about what I was talking about the other day and the response I got leads me to think there has been some very archaic dinosaur-like approaches to policing, probably in Australia, but most certainly in Victoria. When you listen to the Prince Andrew, or ex-Prince Andrew, and the Epstein situation, the P. Diddy situation, where there's sex trafficking. Sex trafficking, if you break it down, is saying to a sex worker, okay, sex worker, come with me. I'm going to get you to have sex with people. Now then you put that into modern day policing. So you put that for example, in my personal case, which is all I can speak of, but there would be many examples. This was like a go-to click. They just went to it, They did it to me 4 times. 4 times when I was just playing dumb, going along with it. Like, okay. Twice because I was homeless. I was in no position to do anything any differently anyway. And, well, actually 3 times, sorry. The 4th time, I thought, right, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to document it. That's where I wrote the book, A Very Broken System. And that was when I watched all the members of drug court's face go ashen when they realised how disgusting the behaviour, like what they were doing. So anyway, in this one example where they did it 4 times, one time the woman involved, was being coerced with the returned custody of her toddler. Now you think about that. Put that in context with the Prince Andrew and the P. Diddy, the real public sex trafficking cases. And here you have a situation where Victoria Police, the Melbourne Drug Court, under the watchful eye of the likes of Magistrate Pappas, who has a brother, were sex trafficking women, literally going, you go here and do this. In one case, in one instance in the Caulfield house, they had it set up with hidden cameras and were making boasts and jests and jokes about the sex positions me and this girl had. I didn't know her as a sex worker. It wasn't until I knew her as just a fellow drug addict who must have, come to me when she wanted some real sex. I don't know. You'd have to ask her. But anyway, all I do know is, in light, with hindsight, she was a paid sex worker put in a rooming house to get at me by the Victorian system. I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that, nor did I go to solicit this female in any way. I just had this girl who turned out to be a fellow drug addict, sex worker, who was positioned there by the Melbourne Drug Court, the Victorian Government, to get at me. They did it with another girl who I knew from around the scenes too. Again, not to go and pay, just I knew as a fellow drug addict, but they used her. But this one girl, this one I'm talking about here, they coerced with the returned custody of her toddler. You do this and you can get your child back. Now think about that. Put that in context with the Prince Andrew, the P. Diddy, the sex trafficking, which is exactly what that is. You go here and have sex with this person. I mean, as I said before, in one case, I would go into the Melbourne Drug Court and listen to this guy, Adam, my clinical advisor, making boasts, and all the women, I kid you not, this occurred at the Melbourne Drug Court. The women came out knowing that, obviously, because my phone was tracked, knowing when I was going to be coming into the Melbourne Drug Court appointment, all fluttering that I'm making jokes we watched you have sex with that informant. I kid you not. Think about how degrading that is for the woman. Think about being up in the offices and going, right, I'm going to orchestrate this. You would have to be a sick human being. Speak soon, guys.